Hello students, this is Palla Darbari, your host, and you are watching Palla Darbari classes. In this video, we will discuss the fifth chapter of Business Studies class 12th, that is organizing. Let us see the topic that we will discuss in detail. In this video, we will discuss organizational structure. Organizational structure defines how activities such as task allocation, coordination, and supervision are directed towards the achievement of organizational aims. There are two types of organizational structure. One is functional structure and the other one is divisional structure. When the departmentation is being created on the basis of the nature of work executed in the business, it is called functional structure. And when the departmentation is being created on the basis of product line, it is called divisional structure. We start the session with the meaning of the functional organization structure. Activities or work of a similar nature are grouped together in different departments. So the department under which the departmentation is being done on the basis of the activities or on the basis of the nature of the work, it is called functional organizational structure. Each department specializes in its own particular task. There is one coordinating head that controls the activities of each of the departments. Try to see it in a diagram. In this picture, we can see that four departments is being created. That is creative, sales and marketing, accounts, and human resources. These departments are created on the basis of the work going on in the organization, and each department is being managed by the respective head. For example, creative department is managed by the manager of creative departments. Sales is being managed by the manager of sales and marketing department. Accounts by the manager of account departments, and human resources by the manager of human resource department. Under every department, the foreman and the employees are there who do the work related to the respective departments so that the objectives of this department should be attained. Now let us discuss the advantages of functional structure. The first advantage of functional structure is specialization. Under functional structure, departments are created on the basis of nature of work, and one individual is assigned a specific work. This leads to the specialization, and after the specialization, the organization start getting the benefit of its specialized skill. The next is better coordination. In the functional structure, the departments are created, work is assigned, so it becomes comparatively very easy to coordinate one department with the another department. Next is reduced overlapping of work. After the departmentation, after the division of the work, the overlapping and the duplication of the work is minimized. Next is managerial efficiency. After the creation of the departments, it becomes easy for the manager to manage and monitor the activities, because now the manager has to monitor the activities department wise, and when he is managing the activities and monitoring the activities, then they don't have to manage all the activities in a single departments. He has to manage a respective activity in a respective departments, so it becomes very easy, because if all the activities should be managed at a time, become very difficult. But at a time, if one activity and has to be monitored, it's a mere easy thing or easy task. The next is better training of the employees. Under functional structure, the training is being given on the basis of the work the employees is doing in the organization. So the specific training is being given to the employees, not all the type of training. Next is appropriate attentions. After the departmentation, equal weightage should be given to every departments, so no function going on in the department is ignored. Now let us discuss the advantages of our functional structure. The first is specialization. Various departments formed under a functional structure specializes in their specific activities. This promotes efficiency and improves the overall performance of the organization. Next advantage is coordination. As activities of a similar nature are grouped together, There exists better coordination in the task performed. The next is reduced overlapping of work. As work is clearly divided in different departments, so the chances of overlapping or duplication of the work is minimized. Next is better managerial efficiency. A functional structure enables controlling and monitoring in a better manner, thereby enhancing managerial efficiency. Next is better training of employees. The focus of the employee in each department is only on a limited set of skills and specialties. This makes their training process much easier. Next is appropriate attention to various functions. Under a functional structure, various functions are grouped in different departments, and each of the departments specializes in its own specific functions. This ensures that every functions get adequate attention. Now let us discuss the disadvantages of a functional structure. The first is less emphasis on organizational objectives. After the departmentation, the employees are paying attention towards the organizational, not on the organizational objectives, but towards the departmentation objectives, because of which the overall organizational objectives is ignored. Next is problem in coordination. When the size of the organization increases, then it becomes very difficult to establish coordination. Next is conflicts. When the interest of one department is affected by the interest of another department, so the conflict arises, which is very frequent. Next is inflexibility. The employee is being developed only in the specific skills only, or the specific skill of the employees is being developed. He cannot be used in other departments. Why? Because he only knows one specific work, or he is only having a specific skill. Let us see all the disadvantages in detail. The first is less emphasis on organizational objectives. Under a functional structure, every department lays emphasis on its own specific objectives. As a result, the overall organizational objective fails to receive due attention. The next is problem in coordination. With the growth of the organization, an increasing number of departments are formed. This makes coordination among them quite difficult, which in turn results in delay in decision. Next is conflict. Sometimes it so happens that the interests of one department are not compatible with those of another. This might lead to conflict between the departments. Next is inflexibility. The employees working in each of the departments specializes in only one particular function. This results in inflexibility as they develop only a narrow perspective and fail to gain experience in diverse activities. Let us discuss the suitability of a functional structure. First is large size. In a large organization, departmentation helps in improving the overall managerial efficiency and the degree of control over various activities. This results in the smooth completion of various tasks. Next is verifying functions. Organizations that deal with diverse functions simultaneously require a high degree of coordination. This can be achieved in a better manner by a clear division of activities in various departments as done under a functional structure. Next is requirement of specialization. Diverse functions in an organization can be performed better if specialization is facilitated. This specialization is promoted by a functional structure through departmentation. Now let us discuss the divisional organizational structure. In a divisional organizational structure, different activities are grouped in various divisions on the basis of the product line. That is, all the activities pertaining to a particular product line are grouped in one division. Each of the division specializes in its respective product line. Further, within each division, very important line, within each division, there exists a functional structure. This can be asked in MCQ, 12th standard. Within each division, there exists a functional structure. That is, each division has various departments under it. Try to understand it through this picture. Here we can see that three department is being created on the basis of three products A, B and C, and under every department we are having a functional structure, or in short we can say that this department is being subdivided into four subdivisions, and it is being subdivided on the basis of functional structure, on the basis of the work executed or going on in the organization, going on in the respective department. Now let us discuss the advantages of divisional structure. The first advantage of divisional structure is managerial efficiency. In the divisional structure, manager will get the equal chance to develop the skill of every type of work. Second is measurement of performance. In the divisional structure, it is possible to measure the department's performance on the basis of the profits generated by it. The third advantage is flexibility and initiative. I mean, under the divisional structure, the departments are free to expand the subdivisions without affecting the other departments. Next is growth. After the departmentation, it becomes easy to monitor, so the growth of the business is possible. Let us discuss all the advantages in detail. The first is managerial efficiency. A divisional structure provides numerous opportunities for the development of skills and knowledge of the managers. The head of each division gains experiences as he or she deals with variety of functions simultaneously. This enables the division head to grow professionally and improves proficiency. Next is measurement of performance. In a divisional structure, the performance of each of the divisions is judged on the basis of profit and loss during a particular. Next is flexibility and initiative. As the head of the division have the authority to make their own decisions, the head has the authority to make their own decisions. The divisional structure promotes initiatives and flexibility in decision making. Next is growth. The organization follows the divisional structure can easily add new divisions under it without disturbing the functioning of other divisions. This makes the growth easy. Let us discuss the disadvantages of divisional structure. First is departmental conflicts. Departmental conflict is very frequent, or departmental conflict is one of the major disadvantage of divisional structure. Departmental conflict arises because every department has the separate objectives, and every department want to prove that they are the best. The next is increase in cost. Listen, under the divisional structure, every department has to maintain their separate stock, because of which the cost increases. The next is ignorance of overall objectives. Ignorance of overall objective means that in the divisional structure, all the departments are emphasizing or put all the attention toward the attainment of departmental objectives. They are not paying any heed or attention for the overall objectives of the organization. Let us discuss all the disadvantages in detail. The first disadvantage is departmental conflicts. Sometimes conflict may arise among various divisions with regard to various decisions and actions of the organization, such as those relating to allocation of funds and resources. Next is increase in cost. As there exists a similar functional structure under each division, the same set of functions are performed under each departments. Thus, there is high probability of overlapping of activities, which result in rise in cost. The next is ignorance of overall objectives. Each of the divisions may function as a separate unit within its own set of goals and objectives. As a result, the organizational goal can be ignored. Let us see the suitability of the divisional structure. A divisional structure provides suitable or proves suitable for organization that introduce or plan to introduce. Let us see the difference between functional structure and the divisional structure. This is very important. The possibility of asking this question is 99%. Mostly the point of difference might be given to you, so you should learn the basis by heart, because only the basis is given to you and you have to differentiate it on the basis of point of differences. The first is formation. Functional organization is based on functions and division structure is based on product. The second is authority and responsibility. Uh, Under the functional structure, it becomes very difficult to make the respective departments accountable. But it is very easy in the case of divisional structure. Next is economic cost. It is economical, whereas divisional structure is not economical. Why? Because separate stock we have to maintain for every department, so it is uneconomical. Next is development of manager. In the under the functional structure, the chances are less because specific work is being performed in specific departments, so the manager will become fluent in only one functions only. But in the divisional structure, every function is going on, so the manager will be developed. Overall, manager becomes specialized in all the functions at a time. Next is specialization. Functional structure, this type of structure brings functional specialization, whereas divisional structure brings product specialization. Let us see the coordination. Less coordination is being established. Under the divisional, more coordination is possible. Autonomy of operation. Under functional structure, less autonomy of actions are there, whereas under divisional, more autonomy are there. Next is suitability. It is suitable for all type of operation, whereas divisional structure is suitable only for multi-product. That's all I have in this video. Thanks for watching. God bless you all.